Alright, thank you everybody for coming in. We're going to wait a few minutes for everybody to come on, and then we are going to get on with our stream. So, give us a few minutes, get all set up, and we'll get going. Alright, everybody. Thank you very much for coming back to join me in Timberborn. So, last we left off, we were getting some stuff built. As you can see, game is paused at cycle 2, day 10. That's where we left off. We're just going to go over a few things that was from last stream, and then we'll get right straight into this stream. Alright, so first off, we've got over here in the left, we've got 3 children, 14 adults, perfect. And down here we have 10 jobs, and we have 4 unemployed beavers. So having unemployed beavers is a good thing, because when you go to build something and you don't have those beavers there to work it, then it's not going to actually produce anything. So that's perfect that we have 4 unemployed beavers. We're going to leave it that way for right now, because down here, as you can see, we do have a lumber mill being built down here. It's going to get built this stream, so we'll go from there once it's built, and we will have a beaver there to run it to make us some planks, muchly needed planks. As well, we do have a forester up here that will be getting built today. We will be planting some more trees to keep our lumberjack flags going. And down here as well, you do see we do have a water wheel that we have to get built, as well as a dam for them to get across to build the water wheel, and a little straight power shaft that will need to get built. As well, moving on down the river here, we do have another dam a little ways down. Now, last stream we did have a drought, and we did come to find out we were running into the problem where this dam up here was stopping the water, but it wasn't enough to keep our farm green. This is why we did build this dam. So we are definitely going to be testing it out today when the next drought hits, to find out if this is going to keep everything green that we need to keep green. Alright, so as I did say, we are paused right now, and up here you can see that right here by the highlighted pause button. So we are going to get into it. Just a recap of what happened last stream, what I went over. This is your clock, so we do have them working at a 20-hour work week. This is your cycle. This is your weather indicator. This, when you get more districts later on, will allow you to select a district a lot faster than going like this and using your mouse and your scroll wheel. We do currently have 126 water stored up. Awesome. We have 88 logs stored. We have 257 food. Now, that is mainly berries, which from last stream, and I will go over this stream, those berries are mainly right now for our breeding chambers. Or breeding chambers, sorry. So what these take, they take 5 berries, 5 water, and they breed up a new beaver. So that's what the berries are mainly for. Last time we also did come up here, we removed a natural dam that was here. Wasn't really helping us, and unfortunately us removing it's not really helping us at this moment in the game, but I promise you later on down the game it will, when we can get over here and undam this, and when we get some explosives we will be actually making this part here a little deeper to actually hold more water. That's later on down the game. Now, another thing I'm going to point out for this stream today, and I'll point it out throughout the stream, this stream is all about you guys learning what this game is and how to play it. And what we are going to do is we are going to have you guys in the chat decide what to do for this game. So, when it comes to building something or placement of something, I'm going to ask you guys, wait a few minutes, and I'm going to give my opinion on what I think or what I would do. But, in retrospect, if you guys agree with what I want to do, then you guys can agree. If you disagree and want me to do something else, I'll also have that option available, and it's up to you guys in the chat what you guys want to do. So, let's get going, and as we go, I will explain and recap on some things that happened in last stream, as well as some new features that we're hopefully going to be able to unlock today, as well as name off some new beavers for every new follow to the channel or anybody that sends a chat in the message, or in the chat, sorry, a message in the chat. I will be naming a beaver after you guys, and we will be going from there, as well as any other notification that I get through Twitch here. I will be adding you guys as beavers in our new beaver civilization. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so our beavers are working away fast as they can go. So, right now we are going to go down here to assign priorities, because I'm going to tell you why. This shaft is behind this building, and right now they can walk through that building. But I want that shaft built as soon as possible, because then we can get them started working on this, so that way we can get a beaver in there working and producing planks so that we can get our forester going. Now, the reason that we need planks to get our forester going is it does require 7 planks. Go figure, right? So, we will get our lumber mill going, and then we'll go from there with getting some more stuff built. And the other good thing about the lumber mill being built is down here, if you go under paths and structures, you got stairs, that takes 4 planks, and you got these, then we got these platforms and bridges. Bridges are going to be amazing to get into later on, and I really cannot wait to get into those bridges with you guys. So, for right now, we are going to get them to build this, which they have already done, and it is finished, which is amazing AF. So, today, they are finishing this dam down here, which is good, and what we're going to do is we're going to prioritize this dam to be finished, and these 3 up here as well as the water wheel. That's going to get them to come up, build it, and that's their highest. Sorry, hang on, sorry. Didn't select the dam, select the pathway. Go figure. This is going to be their highest priority, which means everything else that is like this, that's not paused, or like gray, they're going to build when they have the time. So So these are their main priorities, and we are 6 logs away from having this dam built. So when the next drought hits, that's going to be amazing to have built and ready to go. And as I said last stream, and I will repeat it, unfortunately we don't have platforms unlocked yet due to the fact that it does take planks to make those. So we did have to use dams here as a pathway to build this water wheel. All we're going to do is once they build it and they get this water wheel built, we're going to delete one with the demolish building and resource tool, and we're going to put another water wheel in. Same thing with this one here. Now, reason for that, as I explained last time, if you look at the flow, and I will zoom in on it for you guys, if you look, you can see how the current works in the game. So, the reason this one is one away is because there's no current, and that's going to be the same thing over here as well. So we are going to leave this dam here, but these two will be gone, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. These two will be gone, and 2 more water wheels will be put in there to get the full power of this current. Not giving us any power, but that's okay. And look at that, we got this dam done just in time. 3 days from now there's going to be a drought, so looks like we're going to test out our theory and see just how much this dam and this dam keep green on this side. Hopefully we can keep growing carrots throughout our drought season. Let's just hope that. And before the drought actually happens, we are going to bring this back up. The reason we had this paused is because the last drought we had all this water stored here, and we didn't want to lose it too fast. So I am going to get both pumps going again. The reason for that is because we want to get these stored up before the drought hits, so that none of our beavers go thirsty throughout the drought. Alright. Then let's just check our district here. See how our paths are doing. Alright, Pretty in Pink, thank you very much for the follow. Alright, as I said, we did have a beaver right here born, so we are going to rename this beaver for you. And I'm going to try and copy your name as close as possible. And I probably should not have the caps in there because it's not in your name. Just 1 second here. Pretty in Pink 191, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the stream. And there we go, we now have Beaver age 1, Pretty in Pink, all ready to go. So you are one of our new beavers. Congratulations. Alright, so now that we've got that going, they are starting to work on our dams, which is perfect. So they'll get across and build that water wheel. Alright. So as you can see here, I forgot to actually unpause the lumber mill. So they are actually now going to be building the lumber mill, because I am going to pause the forester to make that stop so that they don't build that before that lumber mill. Right, and I do apologize, Pretty in Pink. The name of this game is actually Timberborn. It is a beaver civilization game. So, it's a really fun game once you get into it, and I'm here to show off how fun it is. Alright, so the night just passed, and that was a 20-hour day gone. And now, let's go down and check on the progress on our lumber mill. Alright, so they haven't started building it yet, because as I said, they are more focused on these dams over here and getting them built, which is A-okay in my book. Alright. So we'll let these guys go for a little bit and see where they go from here. Thank you very much, Pretty in Pink, for the little cool cat symbol. And I am going to bring this up. I did bring it up at the start of the stream. But this gameplay that I am showing here is not just for me to stream the game and have fun with it. It's also for you guys to interact and enjoy. So, if there is something that I am going to do in the game, I am going to put it up to you guys in chat to find out where I should put it and to find out what you guys think. If you want to agree with my idea on where to put it, that is great. And if you have an idea, which I will also offer out another suggestion, then you guys can tell me which suggestion is better, and that way you guys are involved, I'm involved, and we all can enjoy the game as one. Alright, so from what I can see here, they got this dam here built, which is perfect. So now they are working on the water wheel. Now that does take 25 logs, and we do have... It is very fun. Thank you very much, Pretty in Pink, for the chat. I will admit, I've probably logged in well over 100 hours, maybe more, of the game. And I enjoy it to the full extent. Now, this is my first time playing on normal, so we are going to see how long we can keep our civilization alive. But I really enjoy this, and I'm going to really enjoy sharing it with you guys as well. Alright, so another day has passed, and they are asleep. We are going to be building lodges for them later on when I have enough logs stored up. So that would probably be after we get the forestry going, where we can actually plant, grow, and then chop down those trees. But before we even get that going, I'm going to put this out to you guys. Where should we build the lodges? Now, there's a few different places that I was thinking of building them. I usually build them along a tall wall, so we could build them along here, or if you want, we could build it here or here. So that's 3 options for you guys. So option 1, 2, or 3. You guys let me know in the chat which one you'd prefer, and we'll go from there. So we're not going to plan it out right now, but it's just something to get you guys interacting with me and me interacting with you, and we'll go from there. Right. So, as I said, let's see how our beavers are doing. 22 out of 25 logs. That is terrific. Okay, Pretty in Pink, thanks for the chat as well. It doesn't really matter, but later on down the road, we are going to get into a few more things. We're going to have a lot of things that require power. So, figuring out where to build and how to lay out our civilization is going to be a big thing early on. Now, as I said, with this tool right here, I can delete and demolish and remove resources and buildings, but I try not to do that as much as what a lot of other people will do, because I try to keep my civilizations running at a very relative speed. So that's why I put it out to you guys, because I usually put them against the wall. That way they're sort of out of the way, but the beavers can still access them, but that I can still build them up. And the great thing about them is you could build them as high as you want. You could build them right to the build limit in this game, which is terrific. So that's why I put it out to you guys. So you guys let me know what you guys want me to do. As well as I just noticed, our drought is just starting, and it is going to last for 3 days, which we're really hoping this water this river here that we dammed up is going to really help us, because with the drought, our carrots actually only last 3 days without water. So we'll see what happens. As I mentioned in the last stream, and I will bring it up in this one, if we go all the way up here, these are our water source blocks. This is where all the water for the game comes from. Alright, Pretty and Pink, you like the idea by the hills? Alright, we'll definitely do that. And what we'll do is we'll actually get the blueprint set up for that. And then we will pause them so that they don't get built. And we'll go from there. And as you can see, what happens when a drought happens is the water source blocks stop producing water and everything dries up. That's what we really wanted to avoid with these dams. And it looks like we really did, which is awesome. So we've got our carrots still being grown, which is terrific. So Pretty and Pink, you said you liked them by the hill. We're going to put them by there, and right now what we're going to be building are what they call barracks. Later on down the road, we will get the large barracks. So yes, we are going to be deleting them, but that's for an upgrade. That's not to move them. But for right now, we will get the blueprint set up for our beaver lodges and barracks. What do you think, Pretty and Pink? 2, or do you want to go with 3? And I gotta pause these right away, because they already started building one. Alright, we'll let them build them. Should have really paused the game to blueprint all this. That was my bad. So you thinking 2, Pretty and Pink? Because I would agree as well. They hold 10 beavers per unit. And we have 19 beavers as of right now. So 2 barracks will hold all our beavers. And then later on we'll have to build some more. Alright, Pretty and Pink. I agree with you, and we'll go with that. So we're going to leave the 2. So we are going to let them build those, because we have a decent little stockpile of logs. And we do have a lumberjacker over here. Lumberjack flag over here that are cutting down these logs. Now, I am going to bring up the difference and importance of which trees you plant, cut, and what their multiple uses are. Now, I did go over this in the last stream, but why not bring it up again? Alright, so we have 2 different types of trees here. We have chestnut trees, and we have birch trees. Now, as you can see here, resources, logs, 1. So birch trees, although good for getting logs early game, are really bad in later game for a constant set of logs. So 10 chances to 1 we're not going to build a lot with the birch trees. We are going to go down here to plant trees and bushes. So when the forester gets built, we'll be able to actually do a whole brand new berry patch and a whole brand new tree area. Now, down here it also shows us birch trees take 9 days to grow, which is right here. So as you go up with the different kinds, they take longer and longer to grow. So birch trees give 1 log but grow in 9 days. Pine trees give 2 logs. They also have a second resource, which is pine resin. Later on down the road, we are going to need pine resin for some of our builds. But as you can see here, it does take 12 days to grow. So it takes 3 days longer to grow a pine tree versus a birch tree. Now when I usually play, and this is going to be another suggestion from you guys on what you want me to do, I'm putting it out there. No, Pretty and Pink, you don't get attacked by other animals or enemies. I do admit though, that would be a terrific idea for the devs to actually add into the game as just another, what's the word I'm looking for? It's another defensive, I'll go with that. Defensive or another threat to look out for other than the drought. But what the game is really based around is everybody I've read the description of the game, and what a lot of people that I've watched play the game and given their opinions on, what they think is it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world where only beavers live now. So you're trying to populate the whole map with beavers and stuff like that. I don't know how much I agree with it. It's a neat little concept, if you ask me. But I do agree. Adding another type of animal or an enemy, maybe even a enemy district of beavers come in and try to take your stuff, I think it would be really interesting to add to the game. Now, if the devs are watching and if they, yeah, defenses, yeah, they would be really cool to add, like log walls or stuff like that. But as of right now, that's not implemented. Granted, it would make the game a little bit more fun, but as it sits right now, I love the game as it is. There's always something that you can add to a game to make it that much more appealing to everybody. Very good, Tyree. Otters versus beavers. That is a nice idea. Otters versus beavers. Similar, but not exact. Angry beavers. That's another good one. Just one moment, guys. All right. So that is a good point. Otters versus beavers. Angry beavers. Yep. If the devs are watching, that would be a tremendous idea to add to the game. Um, Now, yes, I understand that not a lot of people like these types of games. I used to be one of those people, Tyree. Um, but after watching a few of my streamers play and just a second here, guys. Watching a few of my YouTubers play it and streamers and stuff, I I had to give it a try. StarCraft, I haven't played it yet. Thinking about doing it. I'll tell you guys what. It's going to be an option for you guys. It may be old as hell, but I will give it a try. If you guys want me to try StarCraft, I will. Leave it in the chat. I'll go through the chat after the stream, see how many people like it, and we'll go from there. Alright, as I was saying about the trees though, I usually plant pine trees and chop them down. They take 12 days to grow, they give 2 logs per tree. So if I plant 24 trees, that's 48 logs. Just the way I play, you guys can choose a different way to go. This is going to be an option for you guys. The next option here are maple. Now they take 30 days to grow, but they drop 8 logs. So really, the days of growth versus how many logs you get, it kind of balances itself out. And then the last one is chestnut trees. Now, I am going to put this out there. We are going to be growing all 3 of these trees, but only certain trees we are going to be planting to have constantly cut down. So, what we're going to do is, this is an option for you guys. Do I put a grow op over here to be chopped down, or do I put it over here to be chopped down? No, not 30 days in real life. They're pretty in pink. 30 in-game days. I should have specified that. I apologize. But we do have 2 options. So where these pine trees are already, we could start a brand new grow op here and harvest them. And then over here we can. I'll throw out my other idea that I wanted to do as well. With the forester, you could plant bushes. Okay, so a gathering flag, as I said, maple trees produce chestnut trees produce chestnuts, so we need a gathering flag for that. Right now I have it fast forward, so one in-game day I think is 60 seconds. I believe it may be a little faster. The clock is here. I think it's actually 30 seconds per day in the game. So, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. Because I have it at a speed 2 right now. And if we go into here, we'd have one water every 33 minutes. So every half hour, we'd have one water at regular speed. So we are 2 times that. So 15 minutes, or 15 seconds, I should say. Yeah, it's pretty fast, actually. I think it's at 15 seconds for this one to get one water. I'm not really sure what the day versus real life time is. It's definitely something where we should really keep an eye on. So next time they sleep, we'll actually do this. So next time they wake up, I will have my stopwatch ready to go, and I will time that and let you know, Pretty in Pink, what the actual time difference is for you. How's that sound? So we're just gonna watch this for the next time they wake up, and then I will start the timer or the stopwatch, and I will get that information for you. Actually, should I do it? Oh no, since I'm at 2 times speed, then I'll just double it to find out what it is in regular time. Alright. But while we wait for them to start a whole new day, I am going to put this out there. So what I was going to do is I was going to build another forester over here, plant the bushes over here so that this gatherer flag can stay. As well, I was going to put chestnut trees, pine trees, and maple trees over here, so that way they could so that way we can gather the pine and maple syrup, and that way we can get the pine resin for later and the maple syrup as food, because food is a big thing in this game. Tyree, thank you very much for the chat. Yes, I am into Dungeons and Dragons. I usually play a druid, and we are currently, I believe, on 5E. That's what I have been playing on. I started out on 2nd edition, I believe. Yes, Tyree, I know where else maple syrup is popular. That's an ongoing joke. Love it. Love your guys' enthusiasm. Keep them coming. Alright, so that was the idea. So we're going to have the berry patch probably along here to about there. Then we'd have about, I'd say, and we could actually plan it out with the paths here. So I'd say have the berry patch to there, and the forester would probably be like right along here. So we could have like maple trees, and then pine trees, and chestnut trees, or something similar to that over in this area. So Pretty in Pink, the location he is talking about is here in Canada, which is where I am streaming from. Love the joke. Very, very enthusiastic and love it. You guys can make as many jokes as you want about me being Canadian. I will support them and everything. Yes, up here we do have a thing called Canadian bacon. And yes, we all do love it. Alright. So, that is another idea. I'm going to leave it up to you guys if we should do that. And the other thing we will do is down here we will have another grow op of cutting trees. But how about we do this? This would be future plan. If you guys want me to do that future plan, let me know in chat as FP. And this is option 1 for the forestry setup. Very funny, pretty in pink, love the enthusiasm. So this will be option 1 for the forestry setup, and option 2 would be over here. You guys let me know in chat which you want, 1 or 2 for the forestry, and then if you want me to do this future plan, let me know. Okay there, Tyree. I will comment onto this chat here. Yes, StarCraft, I've watched people play it, and yes, I know that it is violent. There are other games that I play, such as Warframe, that is extremely violent. So the violence is not really the issue for me at all. And yes, we have played Scum together. That is extremely violent. Maybe, depending on how the updates go, that may be a game we do stream. Not 100% sure on it yet. I do not keep killing you for no reason, but I am not getting into this argument. And I do agree, Pretty in Pink, the more blood the better. Tyree, I am not going to get into this argument with you over my stream. Okay, I'm going to point this out because you guys do need a little bit history on what happened there. At the airport in Scum, we both were joking around with each other. Yes, I did shoot you. No, I did not mean to kill you. It was an accident. Didn't think the gun was that powerful. And I was over, it was a pistol, and I was well over halfway down the freaking runway when I shot you. Anyhow, we're not going to get into that in the stream. That'll be for a later conversation. Private conversation between the two of us. But let's get back to Timberborn. Alright, so we do have our lumber mill going. Right now it is night, and I completely messed that stopwatch up. So I am going to have to start it over. When they wake up, I will keep more focused onto it. Ha ha ha, very funny, Tyree. That is not implemented into the game. Although, if they were to implement enemy beavers, that would be a really good way to get rid of beavers. If they chose to, and then you'd have to come up with a way to find a cure to cure the poison. I do like that. I do like that idea. If they were to implement that into the game, or even have someone create a mod that did that, that is definitely something I would add to the game. Just purely for experimental to see how it actually plays. But as it sits right now, I enjoy the game as is. But as everybody knows, there's always way to make things better. Alright, so as I did mention before, we are going to demolish this dam. And we are going to build another power wheel right here. So we're going to hit R for rotate on our keyboard, which rotates whatever we have highlighted. So that rotated. And Pretty in Pink, I would like to point this out to you. Our Beaver Barracks are built. So our barracks are up and running. Our beavers are no longer homeless. Alright. So our beavers are no longer homeless, which is terrific. Alright, so we've got some planks built. We've got 19 planks and 38 logs. We need 10 logs and 7 planks to get one forestry up and running. So we're going to get that forestry up and running. Now, what did you guys think? Should we get this forestry up and running, or should we go over to the other side and build the clear cut over on that side? So option 1 or option 2? You guys let me know in chat before I hit play on this, and we'll go with whatever you guys decide. Alright, well, it is up to both of you. I mean, the options are out there, but Tyree has just suggested to let Pretty and Pink decide. So Pretty and Pink, it's up to you. Decision 1 or decision 2? How about this? I'll actually add some insight into the decision making here. I do not know Pretty in Pink. No, I do not, Tyree. Option 2. So you want to do option 2, which is down here. No, 1. No, 2. Are you sure, Pretty in Pink, that you want to do option 2? Oh, you'll go with 2? Alright, we're going with option 2. Which is fine. The future plan that I had in my head, we are actually still able to do later on down the road. Because we still have option 1 up there. So we could actually do it up there. Which is a really good thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go... We did. Did we? I'm not 100% sure. I do apologize. Usernames and stuff like that, they always throw me for a loop when people create them. Why don't you send me a personal chat on one of my social media, which obviously you got the stream link from, and then I'll know who you are. Alright, so our beavers are going to come over here and start building our forester, which is terrific. Actually, currently they are building this water wheel. I would usually stop them at this point from building this, but they're only 2 logs away. So we will just wait and see. And I did it again. I messed up the timer. Oi. Alright, Pretty and Pink. When I get your text, then I will know who you are. I'm aware that it was Toronto Film School because that's the only school I went to for video game design and animation, but I'm just not sure. Alright, I do know who you are. Alright, thank you very much for joining the stream tonight. So, I am going to get the timer up and running here. And this time, I am going to watch it a little closer, so that way I can give you that time frame starting now. Alright, so we do have another water wheel built. Now, if you click on to the power shaft, you can actually see our network power supply and demand. So currently, we are only demanding 50 horsepower, but we are actually producing well over 200 horsepower. So that is one of the things that you want to do, is you want to be able to produce more power than what you need for later on down the line when it comes to adding more buildings that require power. And the other good thing about this faction that we went to, which I will explain those two again here momentarily, is they have different power options than the other group. So we do have a large power wheel that produces 180 horsepower. So later on down the road when we can unlock that, we will definitely be building that. And they also have a engine which produces 400 horsepower. Really, really good for in-game when you have a lot of things to power. And you could build multiple of these to power anything and everything. Alright, so we have now got our forester all set up. Now the next question is, what trees do we plant to be harvested? Now, Pretty and Pink, what are you thinking? We've got 4 options: birch, pine, maple, and chestnut. What are you guys thinking, chat? Huh? You guys let me know. I'm just gonna go check on a few things with the beavers. Oak? You want me to do oak? Alright, so... Oh. Maple. Oh, you mean maple. Okay. Sorry about that. That was my bad. Alright, so we will do maple. That's 30 days. And just 1 second here. I'm keeping an eye on my stopwatch for you. So, one day, Pretty in Pink, your question earlier was, what is the time limit in real life versus in-game? Okay, so 1 day in-game equals out to 2.5 minutes in real life. That's at 2 times speed. So it would usually be 5 minutes in-game at regular speed, and then we got 3 times that, so it'd be 1 minute and 15 seconds. I do not have a YouTube channel yet. I'm doing the streams to see basically if I'm going to be any good, and then I might push over to YouTube with my streams. So yes, 2.5 minutes in-game per 1 day. Tyree, I will probably end up putting all my streams on YouTube. Not 100% sure yet if I'm going to, but I will be sure to let you guys know if I do a YouTube channel. I will let my streamers know, and we will go from there. Alright, so we wanted maple trees to be planted. Alright, so let's get these maple trees planted, shall we? So we're going to click and hold, and we're going to select the area that we want to be built, to be planted. Sorry, my bad. Now if we click on our forester, we can see the area that we can plant in. We could go all the way up to the wall here, and about to here, which is where I cut off the rest of them. So we are going to actually fill that all with maple. I am leaving these chestnut trees here, though. I'm not going to destroy them, and I'll explain why. Right now, they are being harvested by our gathering flag. And as I said, we do need food for this game and for our beavers to keep growing. So that's the reason I'm not going to get rid of them right now. Later on down the road, when we get the future plan set up, then I might come over here when when I don't need them, cut them all down, and then move them over to the next area, and then plant it all in maple. So we've got them all selected to be planted. We're going to come over here to cut trees, click on this, and we're going to select all the area that we just highlighted to be planted, and this is going to be our brand new clear cut area. Now I'm calling it a clear cut area, and that may upset a few of you guys in chat. It's not actually what it's called. I'm aware. I just don't remember what, or just can't think of what else to call it. So that's why I call it a clear cut. But I'm pretty sure there's another word for what I'm trying to explain. And I do apologize if anybody does get upset with the way I'm explaining it. But right now, unfortunately, that's all I know it as. But what we are going to do, I did not, thank you very much for pointing that out to me there, Pretty in Pink. Yes, one of our beavers did die of old age. That does happen, and that's why we had to get the breeding pods set up early in the last stream, so that when our one beaver dies, we have more beavers coming in. And now that we actually have most of the stuff that we need built, we do have to wait for some logs, but I don't think this lumberjack flag goes as far as it can over here. We need more logs. And this guy had no logs. So we do have 7 unemployed beavers, so I am going to select this lumberjack flag up here. We're going to get some more logs coming in. Alright, so that's being planted. So we're going to come down here to plant trees and bushes. Because as I said, we are going to have a whole brand new berry patch up here to grow. And that's going to be tremendous for the breeding pods. As I said, breeding pods take 5 water and 5 berries in order to produce 1 beaver. Now, to me it does sound a little expensive early in game, but when you get like further into the game, you don't actually notice it, and you're pumping out beavers left, right, and center. You don't notice it. And for that reason, we are actually going to unpause that breeding pod, and this breeding pod right here, so that they can get built, so that way we have beavers being born at a regular basis. Now, the reason I didn't have all these beaver pods built and going is early in game we were running out of berries and water, so I needed to slow it down. So I paused those ones and built only the other ones. But now that we actually have materials coming in, we have the forestry over there ready to be going, and we have 2 berry patches, I am going to actually get them started to be built again. And it's actually good that we did, because if we look at this breeding pod, it's almost finished. This one's just starting, and so is this one. By the time these are done and built, they will be literally just starting. So we actually have a hopscotch or a crisscross of births being happen. So when one birth happens, another one's not going to happen until that one's about grown up. It takes about 4 in-game days for a beaver to grow up, I believe, maybe a little longer, to adulthood. So staggering that is actually a really good way to make sure that our beavers are not all dying and then all we have is kids, and then they all grow up, take on the jobs, and then they all die, and then we have a whole bunch of kids again. Because that is not what we want. We do want to have a constant supply of children beavers, but we also want to have enough adult beavers to keep all the buildings up and running. Alright, so we got 1 breeding pod built, another one built, so that's a good thing. And we have a beaver up here. When the day comes back around, which is going to be shortly, they will be chopping down those birch trees. Oh, joy of joys. And look at that, we got another drought in 3 days. Oy, that was almost back-to-back droughts. Oh, I guess not. It was 1 drought, 1 cycle, and 1 drought the next, so it wasn't too bad. Could space those out a little bit more, but we are on normal difficulty, so it's foreseen to happen. Ew, I did see this one for it. I just seen that this forester could actually come over here and do the berries over here as well, so maybe that is a definite bonus for us if we go like this. That way we get 2 brand new berry patches. That way we don't have to worry about berries so often. So I am going to say this while we watch our beavers get busy with their planting and their cutting and building and all this. How's everybody New Year's going? Everybody excited for the new year? Hopefully everything changes and gets better. do have another breeding pod built. Perfect. And that is really just starting out, so that was nice. Alright, Tyree, I will talk to you later. I hope you do feel better. Thank you very much, Tyree. Pretty in Pink. Yes, I agree with you. No more COVID for the new year. I'm really tired of this COVID, and I want to see my friends again and everything like that. COVID has really struck a lot of plans off the table, and it really annoys me. So hopefully this year, Pretty in Pink, we do have an idea of what we want to do this year. I'm hoping that we can get together to do it. Who knows? We might actually video it and record it, and then we might post it. That's something I gotta talk to you about later. Get you out of your comfort zone. But definitely, COVID has got to go. I agree with you guys 100%. Alright, our third and final breeding pod, or our sixth and final breeding pod right now is built. So we're good to go on that aspect. So, now that we've got our breeding pods all done, we are actually going to start getting a stockpile of logs from this area over here. We do have a lumberjack flag over here, and we do have a few trees that are still growing, so that's another good thing. But it does look like logs are going to be an issue early game. I do think we are going to get this forester going and get this planted as a clear-cut area with a lower day growth of tree, so that way we have more logs. And fingers are crossed. I will agree with you on that one, Pretty in Pink. Fingers are crossed to the max. So we are going to unpause this forester because it only needs 7 logs and 7 planks left. So we will get that one up and going. Get another beaver there planting some new trees. And hopefully we can get maybe some pine trees up here growing. So the other thing I noticed is that this lumberjack flag here says that he has nothing in range, which is fine. We are going to delete it, and we're going to move him a little bit closer to where we're going to plant the trees, and that way he can stop saying that he has nothing to do. And I think we're going to put it right there. The door to the forester is right there, so we will put it right there. And then we are going to go in here, and we are going to plant some pine trees. And as I said, later on, we are going to be moving into a mass production of pine resin, chestnuts, and maple syrup. That'll be later on down the road when we unlock the tapper station and the grills to grill the chestnuts. But for right now, we are going to set up our pine trees to be grown. And I do realize I just went over an area that was gray down here. That is fine for right now. He's actually not going to come over here and plant those trees, which is unfortunate. But it is fine for right now. We are going to do a aqueduct type deal when we unlock explosives. So when we unlock that, we'll do a straight line. Not sure where, but from the water down through to get, so that way we can get more green areas. So in the chat, I will let you guys choose when we get explosives where we were going to build the aqueduct, and then we'll go from there with that. But as it sits right now, we're not going to worry about that right now. So the drought is coming, zero 0.3 of a day, which is fine, and we're actually going to see now how much of our trees are actually going to stay. I do believe once the drought happens and it turns gray, they won't go and plant there, so they'll only plant in the green areas, which is a good thing. So we're going to see what happens. Alright. So we got 2 berry patches going, which is terrific. They're both going to stay green, and we'll be able to harvest and grow throughout the drought, which is perfect. Up here, now I did discuss what this was last stream, but I am going to point it out again. These are what's called science points. Now what these science points are going to let us do is they are going to let us unlock new things to help our beaver civilization grow. Now one of the things that I would like to unlock right away would be this here, a large water tank. Unfortunately, I don't want to unlock it right now. It does take 30 planks and 20 gears, and right now we don't have gears being built. That is something that does take power. It is right here. It does take 100 science to unlock. 25 planks, 15 logs. Doing the math. Get 27 logs, 27 planks. Takes 20 horsepower. How much horsepower are we producing? So 40, so that's 80. That's 160. This takes 120. Actually, these were producing well over 200. What do you think, chap? Should I unlock the gears workstation? I think that's what it's called. Gear workshop, sorry. And place it down? Or should I wait till we get some more power? This is up to you guys. You guys let me know what you want me to do, and we will do it. But for right now, I'll leave that alone for right now, and that is up to you guys. Alright, off topic here. Off topic of the gear workshop. We do have green, so it's great to see where that green actually is. So, as you can see, the drought has happened. It is now 4.3 days. Our trees are going to dry out and will die in 11.7. That is terrific to find out. Because the drought ain't going to last that long. Perfect. So, they are probably going to continue planting in the green area. Once the water comes back, makes everything lush again, then it'll plant the next area. We will end up building another dam, probably up in this area somewhere, probably along here. And if we can get beavers over here and over here, we'll probably dam up both these rivers to fill this up. Not sure if that's actually going to happen. Keep our fingers crossed. And we will actually test out and see if we are able to do that with our path tool. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So building that path right there. If we come down here and we click on our select tool and we select our district center, we can see how far the district center is going to reach. So it is getting red. I can fix that, and I'm going to, by going like this. We're going to shrink the path. We're going to go straight through the new area that we just made for planting. And if we look at our district, it is now orange. So, doing that, it saved us a lot of path. So what we will end up doing is deleting the path around the wall. And we'll stick with the path going straight up the center. No, not really something that should be done. We are going to do it because that way it gets us further and further with our district center. Now, we've got 31 logs. So we are going to go and start this dam. Why the drought is happening. The reason for that is the beavers will actually move slightly faster when they don't have to worry about building when the water is running. which is it's a really interesting mechanic that they added that way. So I'm really intrigued to test that out. So we are definitely going to see just how fast those beavers can build. And probably what we will do is, since we got over here, there's green area over here. Oh, it's a nice little pond. Nice. Since we got over here, the lumberjack flag is going over here, and we are actually going to take this to an advantage. We're going to use this to our advantage to get some more logs, because these are chestnut trees. As I mentioned, chestnut trees give chestnuts 4 logs per chestnut and grow in, wow, they grow in 24 days. I didn't know that. Interesting. So they grow 6 days quicker than what the maple trees do. But the maple trees do give 4 more logs than what the chestnut trees do. Good to know. Keep that definitely in the back of my mind for right now. Alright, so another day has come and gone, and we are into a brand new day. We've got 3 days of drought left. Our water supply looks a little on the touchy side. We do have our pumps still running, and they are running at about they're running our water supply, our dammed up water, at about half water block right now. So we're going to keep an eye on that to make sure that we don't run out of water and it dries everything up. I'm actually going to keep an eye on it right now, until these water storage are full. And then once they are full, I am going to pause the water pumps. But while we wait for that to happen, I am going to get my delete tool, and we are going to delete this path that we had made here last stream. Like so. And then we can go ahead and click on plant and get that area planted. Alright, so that area is planted, so that would be good. Okay. So as I said, keeping an eye on our water storage. So those are all done. So we are going to pause them. And I'm going to click on this here. 30 water per capacity. We've got 20 beavers. That's 30, 60, 90, 120, 141. So 141 in the... I'm not sure the full math on that, but we'll leave it go for now, and hopefully this drought ends before we run out of water. Our busy beavers over here planting still, which is terrific. Are our beavers still going up here to build? They are. They got one part of the dam built already. We're going to go into our district, and I do see that it is getting a little more orange. So probably by the time it gets over here, it's going to be red. Not ideal. We will work with it, see what we can do, see if we are able to get all the way down here to build another dam to dam this off. If we can't, we will figure it out. I know we have, we can unlock builder huts, and those extend out further from the district center to help us build more. Might have to look into building one of those. But right now, our main focus is getting the dam built, the lumberjack flag, and getting all these trees over here. So this lumberjack flagger has nothing to do now because all the trees are cut. So we are going to send him back home. And now we are literally just waiting for our beavers to finish up this dam, and then we'll go from there. And we are going to get rid of this tree because I don't like it being there in the middle. Call me old-fashioned, just don't like it. So now we're just waiting here. That's the one thing that I will point out about the game. It is time consuming. So when you build something, or when they go to build it, it does take time for them to build it. But at the end, when it's built and you can expand your district, it's so satisfying. And that, I think, is what really gets me indulged in this game. It's just the fact of how satisfying it is seeing your beavers build something, or put a blueprint down, see the builders build it, see the finished product, and then see how it functions inside the game. It is a tremendous and terrific feeling knowing that you put that blueprint down, the beavers built it, it is functional. It's an amazing feeling. Now, I did mention this last stream. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay streaming for. Last stream I stayed streaming for about an hour and a half. It depends on how interested you guys are in the game, and if you want me to keep going, I will. Pretty in Pink, I admit, it is very satisfying having beavers born, and as I could see down here in the corner, I did miss it. We've had, let's just check this and see what we've had here. We've had in the past, I'll do 8 days here. We've had 2 beavers grow up. No, 6 beavers grow up. We've also had 7 beavers born. And 3 deaths. So that born, grow, and die ratio that we have going right now is terrific. That's alright, Pretty in Pink. If you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't gonna hold it against you if you have to go. I do appreciate you coming out and supporting the stream. You are now following me, so you will get notifications anytime I go live. So I hope to see you back. And we will see, depending on how many viewers we get, on how long I can stream, how long I can continue streaming for. But as I said, I do appreciate you very much coming out to the stream. We will talk later about our New Year plans, and hopefully we can get together and do something really interesting. And as you can hear, that's my phone going off. Alright, so that was just a little notification for my text that I've been keeping up with on something. But we are going to continue going with the stream for right now, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, let's go check on that dam, that new dam that we just set up to be built, and see how they are doing. So it is saying that it can't get the materials, so that is unfortunate, that it cannot get the logs that are needed. But I do believe our lumberjack beaver, it has nothing in stock. So we are going to come down here to cut trees, and we are just going to make sure we have everything highlighted that he can go and cut, so that way we have logs still coming in. Fortunately, it does look like I may have to come down here and highlight these to be cut. They are chestnut trees, so we are going to get 4 logs. What do you think, chat? Should we cut down the chestnut trees to get our logs so we can get building? Or should we leave them for now? I do thank you, Pretty in Pink, for the cool cat emoji. Appreciate it. I mean, personally, I cut them down. We're gonna plant new ones anyhow. Did I hear a weird voice? No, I did not. Was it my click, maybe, that I do every once in a while? If I did, I do apologize. It's a nervous tick that I have. I do see we did run out of water, so we are going to have to get our pumps back up and running. The good thing about the pumps, once a beaver gets in there, they will... bloody hell. We have one beaver died of thirst. Unfortunate. I should have been watching that a little bit closer, and I wasn't. Oy, oy, oy. But, we do have the water pumps going again. Hopefully, it can get some water to our thirsty beavers. It is producing water at a nice rate, so they are all going to get their water. So, hopefully, we will not have any more deaths other than the one we just had. Alright. So, we had another death. Okay, so these water pumps are pumping. The beavers are just not going to get their water. And here they go.
Oh, mga kararo.
Come on, go get water. Come on. Nah, not that way. That way. Go get water. There we go. Now our beavers are all back up and running. I do apologize if there was another sound in the background. I'll have that fixed for the next stream. Put this out there. Next stream may be tomorrow night. We'll see how I feel and everything like that. Pretty in Pink, I do apologize. I do not mean to kill my beavers. Oh, we had 4 more deaths of thirst. It's not my fault they're not going to go get their water. But definitely something we got to keep an eye on. I think we are going to end up building that gear workshop once we get some more logs, because that'll come in handy to get a larger water tank to store more water. So I think we are going to work towards that. I may do a little bit of a grind off stream and then bring you guys back in. Maybe not. I do want you guys here for the whole experience. So, tell you what, you guys let me know in chat what you think I should do. If I should do a little bit off cam grind, or if I should wait till next stream. I'm more lenient to next stream, but it's up to you guys, because this is your game, as I've said. So, they're still trying to build this dam, which is okay. We just don't have the logs. So, unfortunate, chat, but we are going to have to chop down our chestnut trees over here. I will not chop down all of them all at once. I will chop down a nice portion of them and leave a few still there. But we are going to have to chop down a few. It is giving us 8 logs, or 4 logs. 4 logs. So we'll be able to build stuff, and we'll be able to get that gear workshop up and running as well. I am going to get the blueprint for that though. So I'm going to unlock it for 100 science points. We are going to rotate using R. We're going to click it, and then we are going to go down here, and we are going to hit pause. We don't want it starting yet, because as we say, we have enough planks, but we don't have enough logs. So that's what we are going to stockpile after we get the whole dam built. Once the dam's built, that should keep a lot of our area green, which it's going to. It would keep it to about here. maybe a little less. I'm thinking if we do the aqueduct, we might come down along this wall and go straight down. Not too worried about this area over here. If we come straight down, then that aqueduct should keep the rest of this green. And what we will do is we will put a dam at the front of it, so that it just fills up with what it needs and it doesn't go and overflow and get everything drowned and whatnot. Put everything underwater. Just give me a moment here, guys. Just moving some stuff around on my other screen. Okay, this is information thingy needs to get out of the way. Can I put this somewhere? Okay, that works. That's a perfect spot actually for it. Like it. Alright, back to the game. Alright. Now, I am thinking, if I do stream tomorrow, I may try a different game. I have a few games in my arsenal. Actually, I will actually bring that up to show you guys what games I have. So... So these are all the games that I have currently. I'm thinking if we do another stream, we could do like maybe Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a horror game, so we might end up doing a horror game. If I do the horror game, I will be doing face cam so that you guys can see my reaction. I know how much you guys love seeing that. As Tyrese said, I do have Scum. We could give that a try if you guys want. We could do a Mist Survival stream as well. Another horror game that I have is Folklore Hunter. So we could do that one as well. Most likely what I'm going to do is probably in our next stream, I'll have a screen set up to start the stream, but I'm just there talking to you guys to find out what game you want me to play, and then we'll go from there. If the horror games do seem to be interesting to you guys, I will keep up with them, and we can continue with them. But you guys gotta let me know what you like, and we can go from there. But that's the games that I have in my arsenal. So we will have to see what we can do. Let's go check on our dam, which is being tremendously built very quickly. And we are starting to get a stockpile of logs, which is terrific as well. And we are going to come down here and plant some trees. Get some more maples going in the places that chestnuts were chopped down. And as I said, I did not select all of them to be chopped. So we're still going to get the chestnuts. And then later on down the road, we will get the grill, so we can get grilled chestnuts, and that'll be another source of food for us. Currently, they are all in, or most of them are in this gatherer station right now, and not in the warehouse. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I'm gonna have to build up to the limit here. There we go. So what we are gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna leave it as certain foods go in here. So I am gonna take away the books, and the explosives, the gears, the metal blocks. paper. Planks are in there, but we will take that out. Scrap metal we'll take out as well. The treated planks are what we need the pine resin for later on. Wheat flour and wheat we'll leave in this storage unit. And we will end up probably building another storage unit later on. We're not going to get into that right now. Pretty in Pink, any shooter games like Apex? Let me double check. Shooter games. Let's see. We have Warframe, but I'm pretty far in that, and I'm not sure you guys would really enjoy seeing me play that at that long or that far in. Scum is a shooter game. It's a survival shooter game, so that might be something that you might be interested in there. Pretty in Pink. Another one would be a survival shooting game would be Miss. That's a little harder, so it'd be very interesting to see how we would do. I have a few games on here that I really haven't played, like Mertan. I haven't played that one, or anything like that. I'm pretty sure, though, I do have the Xbox app on my computer, so I am playing this all through PC right now. But I'm pretty sure I can get Apex downloaded. If that is something that interests you guys in chat, then I will definitely download it and definitely let you guys know when I'm going live with it. And who knows, it might be one of the good ones that we keep on the channel. So we'll have to see about that and go from there. Right now, let's check on our progress with the dam. We've got 3 of the dam pieces built. We're on to the 4th one. I just realized we don't have any trees up here marked to be cut when that lumberjack flag gets built. So we will mark all these trees up here to be cut. Now these are all chestnut trees, which is terrific. That is 4 logs per tree. That's a lot of trees. It's a lot of logs. Perfect. And the other thing we are going to do before we get too far ahead of ourselves is check our trail, our path. And our path is looking orange. It's getting into the red. It'd probably be like a little bit redder here, or almost red here. By the time it gets up here, it'd probably be a full-blown red, unfortunately. But as I said, I do have a workaround for that, and it is something that's in the game. It is called, if we go down here into labor, this is a hauling outpost, which allows us to employ 10 beavers to haul stuff from our lumber flags, lumberjack flags, or gatherer flags, and stuff like that. We currently don't have any of those built right now. Later on, maybe next stream, we will have one built. Possibly. Haven't decided that yet. But this is right here. This is a builder's hut. Employs additional builders, extend its range by paths. So if we were to unlock this, put it here, we would be able to extend enough over here to build that other dam. So that's our workaround for that. The only thing is, with the builder hut, you can't build or have another lumberjack flag all the way over here and then have them transport the stuff back. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But I'm not saying that we're stuck to one district either. Later on in the next stream or stream after, I will discuss multiple district building. But as it sits right now, we don't have the beavers to do a multiple district build. So we're going to stick with our one district and go from there. I do see that we are sitting at 1 hour and 30 minutes right now. of this live stream. Pretty in Pink, I know you said you had to go, um, but I think I'm going to keep going for another 30 minutes, make it an even 2 hour stream, and then I'll call it a day. Feel free, if you have the time, Pretty in Pink, to stick around. If not, completely understand. But I am going to keep streaming for a little while longer to make sure we get all the stuff that we wanted to get done in this stream done today. And then go from there. I do see now we are getting our logs built back up. So I am going to unpause the gear workshop. Now, we are going to go down here to the wood and click and highlight over this. This is a gear workshop, and it takes planks and makes them into gears. Now, it's not a bad thing, but compared to how many gears we're going to need later on down the road, I know for a fact we are going to need, when we unlock this, we're going to need 20 gears per tank that we want to build. A little costly, but we are going to do it. And I'm hoping to be able to build 3 tanks right here, because I think it's like 3 by 2. So it'd be like one here, and one here. So we'll have 3 tanks. They each hold 300. So that right there is 900 water. That should hold us through many a drought. So that is something that we are going to work towards. Since we are getting logs built up now, I am going to build another small warehouse. The reason for that is when the gears start pumping out, we're going to need a place to store them. So that's the reason why I'm doing that. I just realized we are out of food. And the gatherer has not gathered anything. Why? Okay, so we are going to have to build another gathering flag right here. Hopefully that can get built pretty quickly. We'll prioritize it to main priority so that we can get a beaver coming over here picking those blueberries and keeping our beavers alive. Hopefully they get food before they die. I'm really hoping that. We'll have to see what happens here in a second. So our berries are coming back up. They're just not going over to eat them. Oh, yeah, there's a few of them going over. Okay, so I think we're going to be good. They just did finish building this, so that's a bonus. So hopefully our beavers can get something to eat before they keel over. And excuse me for a moment. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so our beavers are getting their food, and we've had 2 deaths so far. Hopefully they can go and actually eat something. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to pause the game here, and I am going to cut the stream short. I have had a little something come up in real life, so I am going to cut the stream off. I know I said I was going to do it for 2 hours. Unfortunately, life intervenes. But I do thank Pretty in Pink and Tyree for showing up for the stream. Thank you guys very much. I very much appreciate it. Next stream, as I said, I will be putting out through my social media. to let you guys know next time I am streaming. And I do hope that I'll see you guys back here again for the next one. Take care, Pity and Pink. And if you guys wouldn't mind, next stream, if you guys, we can share my stream so that we can get more people in to show off the game and everything like that, then that would be terrific. But until next time, keep on keeping on. Have a good one, guys.